Hi, today is 8th of August 2026 and currently it's 5:50 p.m. in the evening right now. From last 3 days, I don't know what, because last week I changed my specs, so that's why I got allergy in my both of eyes. My both eyes from last 3 days have been swollen. Yesterday I tried making video but I couldn't do so. I stopped in between because I also had a running nose lately. But today, what a wonderful day, and it's almost evening. So currently it's 5:50 p.m. in the evening, and today I will be talking about one topic which has been coming up lately in my head, and the reason behind that is because in last 3 days almost because of my eyes I had to take a lot of rest, and that's why I was thinking about this issue. There is a saying you might have heard, which is that you have hundreds of problems until that one problem arises, and once that one problem arises, every other problem becomes irrelevant and your priority becomes that problem. What I mean by saying this is that in your life, it doesn't matter whether you're a student or parent yourself or whosoever, if you're working or not, you might be thinking, why am I talking about this lately? Because almost every video which I make or I have made until now, I try to share something which I learned in my life. So this is the topic which I from last few years I have been like learning a lot just because of this. I have seen one thing. So as my family itself belongs from middle class, so I'll be sharing what I have experienced, especially middle class. If your family belongs to middle class, then you might have seen that they have their priorities very fucked up. Like they prioritize their health at not at the top as a top priority, but at the least priority. Like if you might have seen among your parents that if they have cold or if there is a health issue, until that health issue becomes so severe that their day work gets disturbed, until then they will not take any action. And that is so I don't know how to explain, like so bad. I don't know why they do so. But imagine your whole existence depends on your physical form, which is your body, and you don't take your physical health at very serious level. Like you don't consider that as a top priority. I don't know why. And even if you if you are poor, then it's somewhat justifiable that you don't have enough funds and you try to avoid as much spending as much even on health because you don't have enough money. But in middle class you have enough to survive, but still you don't prioritize your health, which I have seen lately. So I wanted to say two main things from this, which the conclusion which I have made lately. First, that no matter what class you are in, like in terms of financial status, either you are rich, poor, or whatever, your first priority should be your health, nothing else. Like you don't understand this basic concept that your whole existence depends on your physical health, like body, your physical health is the main priority. Then comes your mental health and then other stuff, basically food, shelter, clothing, and other stuff to survive. But first priority is your physical health, and if you don't prioritize that, then I don't know what to say to you. So I lately realized that you save or try to save on any other aspect, or you do whatever you want to do with your money, but don't ever try to save when the topic is around health. And second thing which I have lately come to the conclusion is that this health is not only one thing which affect your physical existence, but this also indirectly shows that you can't be this is something very controversial, and I haven't heard this from none of the people I meet or whatever. Like online, whenever you see or you consume content, there people say stuff like being introvert is a choice and you can be introverted, there is no problem with that, you can be shy or whatever it is. Like just because of this reason of health, like I'm mentioning now, you, especially as a man in 2026, can't be introverted. Or if you are introverted, then you have to change in certain aspects in your life. Like let me explain what I mean. So almost 3 years ago, I in my family had a health medical emergency. At that very point of time in my life, I realized how much important it is to be extrovert or to have connections. And you would only make connections once you would interact with other people. And being introverted and shy fucks up your life very bad. Like you'll not remember or you'll not realize now, but once any serious health situation, or you are in a very, one of your member in your family is in very serious health issue, and at that point of time you need two most important thing. First priority, money, and equal to that is relation, network. How strong is your network? For example, if you are especially in India and you are trying to get a bed in government hospital, then you need money as well as connection. And I think, for me personally, what I think is that more than money, the amount of network you have would play the most important part in your life. For example, if you have enough money but you don't have any connection, then that money would not help to at that point. But if you have connections and you know where to go, then that would give you directly entry to that place where you want to go, especially when it's a health issue. So these are the things which I realized lately, that as a guy you can't be introverted, or it doesn't matter what, you have to interact with a lot of people. Not because you have to keep everyone around you very close to you or your top priority, but you have to make connections. It doesn't matter how the person is, you have to interact with him, make a good connection with that person, and keep maintaining that connection your whole life. This is something which I've also learned lately from my dad. Like, I see him how he makes connection and he maintains his connection, and at the very same time he knows that who are the people who are very close to him and who are the inner circle of his people around whom he trusts, and who are the people who are only there for the connection and just like a level outside of his inner circle. Like, I see a lot of stuff like this, and that's when I, like, lately when I was a kid, I used to think why my dad used to keep talking on phone to a lot of people in whole day, especially on weekends. Now I've realized like how much it is important to have good connection with good people. Even if you don't able to make a decent connection, still don't cut it off with any person. That's what I would say, because human resource is the biggest asset you can have, and once you have lot of human who know you and who can do something for you, that is the biggest asset in your life. Even more than money. Like, money can help, money can buy every stuff, but still if you don't have connection, then even if you have unlimited amount of money, still somewhere you can get stuck because of the connection which you don't have. So that is what I feel. Like, I feel your main priority should be making as many connections as you can and maintaining them throughout your life based on how these connections are going on in your life. So these are the two things which I lately realized. Like, first you need to be, I don't know whether to say extrovert or whether to not be an introvert, but you need to interact with people outside of your job, outside of your relations. You have to interact with a lot of people. Once you start interacting with a lot of people, you learn different stuff, how to communicate with people, at the same time how to make connections with people, and these are the connections which will help you. Second, never prioritize anything more than your health, because your whole existence in this world depend on your physical existence, and physical existence means your body. And if there is any type of health issue in your body, then that should be the very first priority. It doesn't matter whatsoever the other problem is in your life. So these are the two things which I learned lately, and I thought why not to share with you guys. Anyways, in next day after tomorrow on 10th, I'll be leaving early in the morning via train to Lucknow for my college. So just wanted to make a video about this topic which came to me in my head. Until now, it's maybe almost, if I'm not wrong, fifth video back to back. So until now, I'm recording these videos just throughout my head, but now soon I'm planning to make these video more like effective and efficient by writing the points so that I could be more efficient in the videos. But still, yeah, packing is still going on as I'll be leaving day after tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for today. And currently it's 8th of August 2026. Currently it's 6:02 p.m. in the evening, and bye.